Dragonfly mission is a super exciting project where we're going to design and build a spacecraft and send it to Saturn's moon Titan. We've had lots of rovers on the surface of Mars and other planets, but this is the first operating drone on another body. As a science team member for the Dragonfly project, I'm there for my expertise on dunes and other landscapes of Titan. We will launch in just a couple of years, and before we know it, we'll be there and flying around on Titan. Titan has an atmosphere with the same pressure as Earth's at the surface, and it's actually really enabling because that high pressure atmosphere helps us to fly very easily. One of the major landforms on Titan that exists all across the equator are sand dunes. We've decided to target dunes all across planet Earth just so we can be better prepared to understand the dunes of Titan.
I had the opportunity to go to the Namibia Sand Sea in the southern part of Africa, and we looked at the sand dunes there because they are geometrically the most similar to sand dunes that are found on Saturn's moon Titan.
In the middle of the Namibian Sand Sea.
And so we put together a proposal to NASA to bring a group of people, scientists and engineers, and be able to put ourselves in an environment exactly like what we'll find on Titan. I'm fascinated by the space between the dunes, and this is actually where Dragonfly will land. So this is called the interdune. And so often they're a better repository of life or of biologic processes.
I had the opportunity to fly drones and make 3D models. We went around and scouted out areas that would be potential landing sites. It was really interesting thinking about what it would be like if I could just teleport straight to Titan and see the same structures that I was seeing in Namibia.
There is another set of dunes, and they happen to be in Alaska. They're called the Kobuk Dunes.
So for my master's thesis, I was able to go to northern Alaska, kind of in the middle of nowhere. And it's this gorgeous sand dune field. So we were able to go in March and September of 2025.
When we're looking for life in a planetary context, we call it astrobiology. We're looking at the very small. We're looking at microbes.
A part of our team, their job was specifically to drill down to look for biology, microbiology, bacteria, and sampling it to kind of assess the astrobiological potential of a cold place in our solar system that also has sand dunes like Mars or Saturn's moon Titan.
I bring my students along on this whole process. So there's always going to be a BYU student involved in Dragonfly. It's such a valuable opportunity to work with NASA, especially for our BYU students. They get to be a part of the forefront of exploration. I think that's the most important thing we can do is to provide that kind of excitement and hope and exploration to our students. They have this dual heritage. They have their scientific education that they're building, and they also have their spiritual education, and that's ongoing.
It's an enlightening experience to be able to see how the endless worlds that God has created work, and it's a beautiful experience.